So speedrunning the underground scene, a term that we've been hearing more and more of recently, signifying rappers who pop off and within days they receive extreme attention all over social media, bringing them surreal opportunities and connections that rappers who've been grinding for years still can't achieve. Now, why is this happening more than ever recently? Because we're in the midst of a new wave forming. It's open territory, and more than ever, this new gen underground scene is so intertwined with TikTok that if you're an underground rapper and you post one video with your song that gets 1 million views, if you have any talent and you meet the requirements that I'm going to talk to you guys about in a minute, then you truly have the ability to speed run the underground scene. Now, before I talk about how to speed run the underground scene and what you need as an artist to be able to achieve so, first, y'all need to understand one thing, and that's speedrunning can only take you so far. It can basically take you to the top of the underground scene, formats excluded of course, but in general, the average artist isn't going to be able to reach mainstream through just this hype. And that's because most people outside this underground bubble are not familiar with all of these new upcoming artists. And that's why in general, artists usually go from super loved when they're on their come up to receiving a good amount of hate once they start transforming into mainstream. And let me tell you, the mainstream is like the 5th graders when you were in 2nd grade. Like, they were mad cool and they don't like having just anybody in their circle. So when this new sound emerges and these mainstream fans are forced to listen to this, they're not adapted like the day one fans of that artist are. And that's why very rarely do we see an artist go from underground to mainstream without receiving any hate at all. Usually they'll get memed or something. And I just tell y'all that to understand, while yes, speedrunning the underground scene is an absolute hack, eventually that hype is gonna die down and you're gonna have to have some sort of talent to be able to capitalize off that run and eventually go mainstream. And as y'all could tell by the artists I've been displaying on the screen, I do have a few examples of rappers who people said speedran the underground. Ian, Laserdym, and Dave Blunt. I don't know how many of y'all are tapped in with Dave Blunt. You gotta do your homework. But these dudes are all getting hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok, which are shifting over to Instagram, YouTube, etc. Now, all 3 of these dudes share one thing in common, and that's that they've been creating music for over a year. So first things first, while it might seem like these people just blew up out of thin air, they put themselves in position for this opportunity. And I know they're going up insanely fast. It doesn't make sense, but that goes back to what I said earlier about the new gen being so tied in with social media, and we're just gonna see this insanely fast come up more and more. And none of these dudes knew they were gonna catch a wave, but when you're putting yourself in position, there's no such thing as luck. But I'd be lying if I didn't say there's one ingredient that you need if you want to flourish. So if you were to ask me the question, how do you speedrun the underground scene? I could give you the sugar-coated answer, which is consistency and talent, and now you're putting yourself in position and you just need to work on your marketing. But it's not that sweet, y'all. The reality on why these dudes specifically are the ones who speedran the underground scene is because their image. I mean, even when looking at net spend and forbats, their look amplified the attention they were getting. And it makes sense. I mean, there was so much chatter in the comments, and interaction is how you get pushed in the algorithm. And getting all these eyes on them and being able to win them over is how they began their run. But in general, not taking nothing away from their talent, they might have still had some clout or been able to get some reach, but their look had a lot to do with their success. If Ian wasn't some white frat kid, we'd look at him just more regular. It wouldn't be such a big deal. Exact same with Dave Blunt. I mean, when he first went viral, it was everywhere. People were clowning him. A few weeks go by, now they're asking him to drop. Looking at Laserdym's image, he's literally a character. If he wasn't just naturally as funny as he is and looked like such a menace, that he would not be getting all this attention. Even with forbats, he went viral because he had that shiesty on. He looked like he was about to spit some fire shit. And then he started singing. He drew us in visually, but we stayed because we like what we heard. And I know they all did it in different ways, but there's a clear pattern in all of these people who blew up insanely fast and quote unquote speedran the underground. The sauce is identity, yo. I'm telling you, identity's damn near more important than talent when you start off. Of course, that hype's gonna die down, and that's when, the true colors show, if there's somebody who even deserves to be in this industry. But when trying to get on and grow, be yourself, be transparent with people. Don't try to fit in. That right there is the true key to speedrunning. You gotta capture the viewer visually with whatever it be, but the main thing is you need that song in the background to be hard enough to where people are actually eager to hear more. And if you mastered that aspect and you're constantly putting in work and dropping music, then you're putting yourself in that position, and any day anything could happen. My previous video was kind of talking about the horrors that quick virality can have, and while this isn't a horror, this kind of goes along with it. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about artists being able to just become popping so quick and get thrown into the industry in a whole different way? We mean in the first week of them going viral on TikTok, they're already being followed by Drake, going on Rap Radar, performing, all this. I'm real serious when I say it's something to do with just how connected TikTok and this new gen is. Cause these rappers be popping on TikTok, getting mad love before it even gets to Instagram and YouTube and all that. And the numbers that some of these upcoming new gen artists are pulling in genuinely amaze me. The reach you're able to have on TikTok is bizarre. So where do y'all see these speedrunners ending up? Do y'all think it's gonna work out for them? I'd say out of everybody I named, and I'm not counting 4bats, I think that Ian and Laser actually have the most potential to go on and have solid careers. But of course, we know only time could tell something like that. And there's gonna be a whole new wave of speedrunners who are blowing up and just taking over in this next year or two. So y'all comment how you feel about all this. What are your opinions? Now, I appreciate you guys for watching. I got a second channel where I don't talk about no celebrities, as well as a Discord, as well as an Instagram. All that's in the description. I kind of kept it late on these past few uploads because I went extra hard on the ran through one, and I kind of had to chill out a little bit. But just know because that, y'all should be expecting a real deep topic for my next video. Now, y'all be cool, y'all be smooth, and most importantly, man, be patient. I'ma catch y'all.